Have you ever seen a 3D printer and thought, I want that, but then you realize that it's just slightly out of your budget and you can't afford it? So you cry in a corner the whole day until you realize there was a cheaper version of the 3D printer, which was a 3D pen? Because that's what happened to me. I would like to think that the mistakes I've made in this video was the result of my undying will to have a 3D pen in my hands. But who am I to say? I've been surrounded by 3D printers lately, and I've thought about how amazing it is to be able to create anything that comes to mind with it. And also how expensive it is. Fortunately, that roadblock was solved as I strolled the aisles of Walmart and found a 3D pen in the arts and crafts section. Of course I bought it the first chance I got. As soon as I got home, I set my desk up a bit with some parchment paper and got out the pen. Behold, the $30 purchase on a whim, Scribble 3D pen. It was a simple blue 3D pen with 3 colors of filament included with it, which, with prior research, I assumed used PLA. In the instructions I could see that there was a forward button to extrude filament and a light that indicated when the pen was heated to the right temperature. I just skipped the important part because I just couldn't wait to use the pen. After borrowing my sister's cube and plugging it in, I waited for the lights to signal. It was finally time to test it. I tried to make a cat on my first use of the pen, and it was something. The filament came out pretty slow and took a moment to dry completely. I'm just gonna try the cat again. Also, I don't know if it was my lack of experience, but it was kind of frustrating to work with because the filament kept curling into itself and I kept having to plug it off the nozzle. Anyway, the second cat was much better than the first, thank goodness. After my little cat was dried, I was able to make a few observations. It was very bendy and rubbery and not so sturdy as I thought it would be. Wait, was PLA always like that? Anyway, I made a third cat. This one looked like an incomplete Batman logo, but it's just a cat with long legs, okay? My first try with a 3D pen was not so bad in my opinion. But the filament certainly confused me. I knew PLA needed high temperatures to melt, and PLA was sturdy too. This pen had a warm tip, bendy attributes, and was just not PLA. It was the complete opposite. It was like this pen had a different filament that was made for kids. The Scribble Junior pen used PCL filament, more suited for kids of younger ages. So after discovering that, I honestly had no idea what to do. Prior to this, I had bought extra filament, PLA to be exact, because I thought that the pen I bought would need it. But now I just have a PCL pen with PLA filament. My wallet is not going to be happy, is it? I knew I was going to have to make another purchase, but I was thinking about what was the better one to make. A PLA pen would certainly be able to make sturdier builds, but I would have to buy that online, which was a problem in of itself. PCL filament is easier to find in store and would allow me to use my pen I bought, but it would make less structural objects. After some careful considerations of the prices and what I needed, I decided that it was better to just get a PLA 3D pen online, because I'd rather build good structured projects in the future instead of projects that would easily be bent or ruined. Unfortunately, that meant I had to go through an obstacle. You see, my mom is a lovely person, but she knows where to spend money and where to not. So it's just scary knowing that she might reject my purchase and then I would have no use for the PLA filament. And I would grind the corner with my wallet and be depressed because I could only get it if she approves. She was like the final boss I had to go through after many deaths and retries. It takes the same amount of confidence to go through with both scenarios. It genuinely took me 3 days just to gain the courage to ask her this one question. The first day she had no time to talk. That's alright. The second day my sister got her a bit mad. No problem. The third day she was still a bit grumpy, but I did help her the whole day with house chores, so on our daily walk around the neighborhood, I tried to look for as many openings as I could, but it was just so hard to speak for some reason. When I finally saw our house in sight, I just did it. No more stalling and stressing, and I'm glad I was able to pry open my mouth because holy moly, I now had a 3D pen on the way. Thank you, Mom, God, sorry, wallet. And now, all I had to do was wait for it to arrive in 3 days. Waiting was kind of boring actually, so I cleaned my workspace a bit. Then as I went to put my sharpener up, I realized how much of a mess my closet was, so I just cleaned that too. Then I did the laundry, cleaned the counters, made a cake, made some food, went to a party, and relaxed by myself. Waiting wasn't that bad after all. I just hoped it arrived soon. In the midst of ordering the pen, I actually tried to do better research than I did last time, thus leading me to the MYNT pen. It has many of the same features as a Scribble Junior pen, with the addition of temperature control, of course. In it were instructions that I read thoroughly, the pen itself, a wire, and a cube. I didn't expect that. I thought I would have to borrow my sister's cube again. And at the bottom were 3 different colors of PLA. After tinkering around a bit, I put it to the test. Also, I didn't know that the filament still came out even though the pen was not running until I read the paper again and saw this happen. I'm really happy with this pen so far, and you could expect many of my future videos to be centered around this pen. Unless, I get a 3D printer. Well, you'll definitely see it again in my next video.